Hey folks, welcome back. We are just kicking off the exploration era where we're playing the Normans for the first time as Xerxes, King of Kings. Should be a pretty interesting era. We did kind of play through the first turn on the end of the last episode since we didn't have that much remaining in the Ancients, so we're just picking right up where we left last time. And I was kind of looking at my current position, and I realized I actually want to move a few of my military units around that I had just kind of idled. Because Trung Trakir is pretty unhappy with me, I have found that the AI like to declare pretty early wars, and they will often have pretty good units when they do that. They seem to be able to get up to knights pretty early in particular, so I'm a little bit worried about a war declaration coming through. So I'm going to start repositioning some units to actually defend some of my areas that are more frontal towards Trung Trakir and to a lesser extent to Kamsa. But if we look at our kind of science and culture output here, Trung Trak is obviously our primary competitor. We did start with cartography, and I'm thinking after that we might try to go up into castles. We do have a lot of heavy archers because we were playing as the Han in the last era, so we had a bunch of Chuko News that got converted into the heavy archers from the last game. So that might make some sense if we're worried about some offensive play. And Machiavelli is pretty friendly with us. We're going to accept because we are conserving influence to get independence. We do have the reduced costs on some of the independence, and I'm actually thinking Kiev might be a very good option here. They are pretty close to this player, which worries me a bit, but I would like some extra combat strength on my units, so I'm going to start with Kiev. I've just found, like, even on lower difficulty games, that they tend to rush you at the start of the era, and it can be a little difficult to ward off. As far as my government type here, I kind of like plutocracy. The extra 20% gold and 30% production towards overbuilding feels pretty good to me. I feel like these are two options that are always going to be relevant in this era. And I guess the 20% food is always relevant as well, but the 30% production towards cavalry and naval units is a little more situational. I mean, I guess the overbuilding is to some extent as well, but you do a lot of overbuilding in this era. I think I'm going to try plutocracy and see how that goes. All right, let's start moving our cog, and we're also interested in purchasing another cog when that becomes available. I think we have another turn here before we can do that. It's 5:20, and I'm at 5. Oh, do I not have a fishing key here? Yeah, that's the problem. So what I'm actually going to need is a spot that's adjacent here. I'm just going to get the saw pit because it's really cheap to buy. The bazaar, I don't know if I want to eat up that spot. It has a double resource adjacency. This one has a triple, actually, which is probably the best location. There's a double there, but I want to conserve gold because I also want to get a fishing key, and that way I can use this town to purchase a cog that can kind of explore in the other direction for me. So we'll get that going. All right, this cog. Where can you get? There is a shipwreck right there that can provide us with some resources. So let's make sure we're getting that. And over here, we are just going to stick around and idle. We'll have our army commander here. This feels like it's going to be the most kind of frontline city in any war with Trung. And that seems pretty likely to happen to me because she really hates me. You can already see her positioning some units up in that area there. And let's see, I'm thinking about maybe actually pulling one more unit over in that direction and then just using this army by itself. Let's unload our units here and probably have the swordsman in this position. This is like the most frontline position, and kind of distributing our archers, something like that. The other thing we could go for as well, Chang'an is currently building the stone cutter. Maybe we also grab a Sokeman in here, and then the Chevalier after. I do think I'm going to need some military here. Okay, fully healed the unit. That's not particularly helpful. We basically just entered the water on this side. But let's keep it moving. Okay, there is a city-state here. What's their resource? Okay, just incense. Don't really care about that too much. And we'll accept the local festival. Do I have enough? Yeah, I have enough to befriend Stockholm. I want to befriend the scientific city-state. I would like to buff my science up a little bit. I'm a little bit on the slow side as far as researching some of these texts compared to where I'd like to be. And over here, let's make sure all of these units are fortified. And our army commander is going to just hang out there for a little bit. All right. And there we go. So, Sokeman, 5 turns. We have 3 turns on that, but we can purchase our cog, and we're going to use that to start exploring in the other direction. Yeah, you can see they have some cavalry units already, which is making me rethink the Sokeman to some extent. Maybe this will take forever to build that, though. The Bazaar here isn't particularly good, so maybe we queue up the Chevalier here. The cavalry units, I feel, very powerful in every era, but in the exploration era, I almost called it medieval. In the exploration era, it feels extremely powerful in particular. Okay, there's some spices there. Oh, there's some chocolate there, so we can get a double treasure resource thing on that area. Open borders with Machiavelli sounds good. So we can get at least a 2-for-1 over there. We'll see if maybe there's some other resources around that area that we could grab. Yeah, see, they're already positioning to attack me. Let's move out with the cog. Probably come down this way a little bit. Actually, we know there's a sugar there, so we should try to get that if we can. I think I want to move the Chevalier up here. I do feel a little bit vulnerable at the moment, given that they have a lot of cavalry running around, which are quite difficult to deal with, and I only have 1 army commander. Okay, yeah, look at this. They have all these units just camping out. So I think, ideally I would go for astronomy first for the science, but I actually think I might start on machinery into castles, because that'll get me better set up defensively. This will get me the medieval walls as well as the crossbows. Feels kind of bad skipping astronomy, but I think that is what I might need to do this game. So let's just get all these guys on their defensive mode, and we'll move the cog a little bit farther down so it's less likely that he dies exploring. And we have a Sokeman coming out over here. Oh, nice. There's some cocoa. Oh, wow. Yeah, we can get a really good settle over here, actually. So, like, that position right here could get us a quadruple resource, which seems pretty good. And over here, let's get a Chevalier, I guess. Oh, not a Sokeman. A Chevalier, like that. Maybe we can buy one of the Sokemans later. Sokeman, whatever. They're quite expensive, though. But they do start with... So when you settle with one of them, it gives the settlement medieval walls to start, is the main benefit of using them. So, who knows, maybe that'll actually come in handy this game. Oh, they moved their capital here, which is interesting. That actually makes me reconsider where I want my army commander. Maybe I'll actually move them up this way and kind of leave all these units in a more defensive position. Machiavelli, I wonder if I could do something to improve my relationship here. Maybe I just, like, could maybe do military aid, but on the other hand, right, I can do the steel technological advancements on Chongchok, which I think will actually be useful here. Let's go ahead and do that. Also get a free swordsman there, which I will take, because I do need some more kind of frontline defensive units, since I have so many just heavy archers at this point, which are going to be quite weak to cavalry. Okay. There's some tea up there, it looks like. So actually, I have the potential to secure, like, every resource if I, say, buy a Sokeman up there. Or, suppose I'm producing one there, but that's going to take quite a while. How long would it take to produce here? It's 8 turns. Feels a little bit too long there as well. I think I'll add the wharf, or maybe the stonecutter. Let's start with the wharf. I would like to grow. And we'll just try to get that Sokeman into position to settle a city up there. Okay. One thing I would like to try to do is ally Machiavelli, if I can. One of my considerations here is, you know, if these other players declare war on me, I'm kind of expecting Chongchok to have a pretty strong army that I might not be able to deal with super effectively right at the start of the era. Okay, so I could get a double right there. Do I really want that Chevalier first? Maybe I queue this guy up and just try to get him done. And that way the Chevalier is only a few turns away from producing, and I think I have enough units to hold on there if I need it. I think I just, like, try to spam out a few of these guys. And try to just claim whatever resources are available. I can definitely get this position down here, though, which will be nice. And then the Chevalier, we can kind of pull up to a more important position. And we actually have one down here as well, which will do the same. One thing we'd really like to do is try to get the General to the Merits promotion, where he gives the +1 movement to units in his sphere of influence, because the Chevalier actually has bonus combat strength against units that have lower movement. Actually, there's a thing I can grab there, which I missed. So make sure there's nothing else that I'm interested in picking up. I want to be careful about the positioning there. So I can definitely get 4 of the treasure resources in my city here, which is very convenient for me. But there might be other resources a little bit farther down on the coast that I'm interested in. So I want to make sure that I'm grabbing that if it's at all feasible. Let's see. Don't see anything. Let's see. If I go here, like, there's potential for resources down here. I don't think I care about the die too much. So 1, 2, 3. I could go here. 1, 2, 3. Can get there fast. Can get that. Secure the die and the pearls. Let's just go right there. I know it's... Actually, that might have been a slight mistake, because that's not going to get the happiness bonus. Actually, it did say it was... Oh, it had water, didn't it? Freshwater access. Here, where's my city center? Right there. Maybe I just grab one of the... I could get out to the fish, which would be nice. The fish are actually a pretty powerful resource in the contemporary or modern age, whatever it's called. And over here, I'm going to go ahead and secure the treasure resources. And actually, this has become hostile to me. I thought it was neutral. We'll just pick up a heavy archer in here, I guess. Failing in technology, that's fine. We have some resource assignments available. I'll just put these wherever. These ones really don't matter that much. I guess they're good for building the temples and things, but I don't even have access to that until next turn. Okay, quite a few units running around out here. It's Cog. Just want to explore the area close to me. Yeah, it seems like... Culture and Happiness. I'll take the gold, actually. I'm purchasing quite a bit of stuff right now. It seems like they're still gearing up to attack me on this side. Definitely want to have at least one sort of melee defensive unit up in that direction. And we're going to go into castles, I think, because I am nervous about them. It would be nice to have the ancient walls as well, should they come after me. This Sokeman, do I want to send this way, or do I want to send over this way? This one is producing 1 in 7 turns. I have 1 in 5 turns coming out there. How long would it take to get over here? 9 turns, and over here it would take 9 turns. Okay. Let's send it this way, just because I feel... Oh, and there's some spice there, too. Too far away for me to get anything, but it would be nice to secure all the different resource types, I guess. Let's see. I'm considering doing this. So the extra production towards constructing fortification, then the Mott, and then later the Bailey, and then the +1 combat strength to Chevalier for every tradition slotted in government can pump up my combat strength quite a bit. I don't know if there's anything else that's worth it over that at this point. I think I just want to start getting my special buildings going. And then when I build a quarter, I can also get free units from that as well, which would be quite handy. All right. As far as producing things here, maybe, I mean, grist mill would be nice. The sawmill would be good. Would also, it would be nice to get the temple. Problem with these two is that I have to eat up this one of these tiles right here. It would have to be this one, because this one only has 1 mountain adjacency. So maybe let's start with the sawmill, and we're going to put it right there just so we produce stuff faster, and then the grist mill. And then maybe we can, like, buy the temple. Do I actually have... Oh, right, because I changed my capital. So Chang'an, where are you? Right here. What I would really want in here is the incense in Chang'an. So we're going to have to wait until we get another resource before we can slot that in there. And then we can build the temple quite a bit more efficiently in that city. So we'll probably build it somewhere else first since we changed the capital. So down here, we have the temple, and we can produce the temple a lot faster in this city because we have incense here. So, yep, +6 happiness right there. Feels pretty good. Building the wharf first there. We also have a decent amount of... and Kiev's been destroyed, which is really unfortunate because we invested some influence in there. Maybe start working on this one so that we can get some more benefits to money. Alternatively, like, our culture is pretty low as well. This one feels unlikely to be destroyed. I'll get that, because I feel pretty confident we can just hold on to that with heavy archers for quite a while. And then I can either go for the extra gold or the production towards overbuilding. I think I'll go for the production towards overbuilding because I'm working on that in quite a few cities. And we'll get the extra production towards overbuilding in our social policies as well. All right, so have a couple Chevaliers now. So feeling okay about defending myself. See if there's any other treasure resources that would make more sense to grab. No, it's kind of a trade-off between the spices or the tea here. This one feels like I potentially get more resource accesses from that location, so we'll see if we can settle something in there. Then up here, we're kind of dependent on this Sokeman coming out. It's going to take a while. I'm not confident about being able to secure that location, but even securing like 5 treasure resources feels pretty good for just initial settle locations. There's Amina. Looks like she's playing Songhai, which is, I feel like, is what I see her play every game that I've seen her in. Chevalier will go ahead and fortify. Fortify our swordsmen. And these guys, not quite sure what to do with them yet. They're kind of a more mobile force. I'd also really like to have... Actually, let's explore this way a bit, just see what's over here. Okay, there's some whales, which is quite nice, actually. Oh, I didn't notice there were 5 treasure resources here, somehow. But thankfully I settled in a location that I can grab all of them. This is actually a very nice location to have gotten... what's the word I'm looking for? To have the Sokeman, because I get these medieval walls, which can defend against these guys. So I don't need to secure, like, or put something on the cocoa or spices yet, because I can't create treasure fleets yet anyway. So I'm actually going to start growing out to the sugar, I think, because this food will make this grow faster and let me secure more tiles. So I think that is my plan for now. And I thought I'd put you to sleep. Why do you keep waking up? Okay. No treasure resources up there that I'm interested in. We've also got a city down there. So, yeah, that would basically be the only spot, or maybe right there, where we could potentially secure another treasure resource. We'll have to think about it. And over here, the horses would actually be really nice, because that'll increase my Chevalier's combat strength. So I think I'm going to grab that first, and then we can start worrying about specialists next time we grow. We'll accept open markets. Okay, and resource assignments. Let's take that out here and put this into Chang'an. So we're going to... Let's move the gypsum, and we'll bring... Whoop. Where is it? Right there. We'll bring that incense in here, and that way we can build the temple a lot faster. We're also in unrest, so we need to deal with that. We'll go ahead and plop it right here, I guess. I'm going to build that first, I think, because now we're, like, getting unrest events that we don't want to deal with. And up here, quite a few resources, but no treasure fleet resources, which is really what I'm interested in right now. If we, like, lose out on treasure fleet locations, then we could consider grabbing some of these, because that'll set us up nicely for future eras. For, like, say if we wanted to go for an economic victory. But right now, it's nothing critical. Let's see. We could grow out towards some more resources. We'll definitely want niter later. I guess either of these get us there in a reasonable amount of time. We'll grab the farm so we can keep growing, and then we can grab the ivory as well. We have a city-state bonus, so the monastery. +4 science, +3 happiness, settlement follows your religion. Unique improvement, it's not bad. Happiness is actually quite good. Cities, or science buildings receive +1 science for every city-state you're suzerain of. Free technology when you become suzerain of a city-state might actually be what I'm interested in this game. Because my science pace does feel a little bit slow, and I'm trying to seize a whole bunch of cities. I think let's do that. Even though long run, like the +1 science is probably better, but I don't have any like current era science buildings yet, so I'm worried about the actual like immediate impact of that. I'd rather get going faster, you know. And down here, I think there's a case that I just build at least another Chevalier. Maybe I can actually secure both of these treasure resources. Be kind of nice. And the temple is probably what I need. Build over the villa since that's previous era, so we'll go ahead and do that. We have some bonuses to overbuilding, and we do have a religion, so I'm going to grab the crab since I like that one. I like the turtle in Civ 6, but crab is what I'm going for this game, and I'm going to do my classic Uberism here. And the one I've liked is the +1 relic for first-time conversion of another civilization settlement in distant lands that is not a city-state. That one seems very reliable. And I think here I might go for the +4 science for every foreign settlement following your religion, so I can buff up my science output a bit. See, town specialization's available. I don't know if I want to specialize quite yet. Think I'm fine just letting that continue as is for now. I'm not sure what specialization I would want there at the moment. Whereas like here could actually be a pretty good mining town, which would increase my money quite a bit. I think I'm going to do that actually. I don't really need this to grow anymore. Okay. And the Chevalier, we're just kind of hanging out there. This heavy archer is also just chilling. So we have a good idea of kind of the chain of islands out here. We have another couple turns on that Sokeman still. I don't feel confident about getting a good settle out in that area. Seems kind of unlikely at this point, but we'll try to pick up the tea out here at least, and I'll feel pretty well positioned to get some economic legacy path progress. Now, as far as growing here, and get some really nice production, what's my turn count to grow? It would be another 22 turns, which would take quite a while. Maybe we convert this into a fishing town so that we can continue to grow ruin at a reasonable pace. So, like, I could buy a grist mill even, right? Like, if I put it in right here, and then I swap over to the fishing town, that's 46 food, and that should help ruin grow, assuming it's actually connected. And then ruin, when we grow, because I was thinking, like, if we could get this down to a reasonable amount of time to grow, then we could get some more production in here. But I am like worried about my sort of global outputs of science and culture, and would like to get that scientific legacy path, right? Which is that is it 40 yields on one tile. So I'm thinking maybe I grab this one right here. It's not the most yields, but I do value the money quite a bit, and the yields on that will improve once I add another district there. I guess this one isn't bad either, but yeah, I think I value the money a little bit more than the food. We actually are down to 13 turns to grow there, which is nice. It seems like it takes a turn to update, or like you have to actually do something in the city. Okay. Heavy Archer is still just chilling on these swordsmen. I should really try to get another army commander, if I can. They're just so expensive to build that it can feel hard to justify sometimes. I'd like to get that marble and that iron. The camels are a little bit too far away. Let's, I guess, head this way. Then we can maybe grab that one next time we grow. Will take a while for that town to grow, though. It's pretty low food. And here, I think we just grab that one and secure both of those resources. And here, we could... I don't think we need to purchase anything right now. But over in Ruin, we should queue up the missionary and start getting our religion going. Except open borders with Machiavelli. And we'll grab maybe a grist mill makes sense. Is there any real adjacency right here? It doesn't seem like it. So that would be a good spot for the grist mill. Just because it's not really going to benefit from anything later. From any, like, or that tile won't benefit from any adjacencies. Okay. Chevaler is good. The Sokeman, we'll see if we can actually get anything from him. Seems unlikely that I'm going to secure that cocoa. Maybe I just use him to secure a whole bunch of luxury resources that'll benefit me later. 125 culture there, and actually I have enough to befriend another independent, so we're going to go for this merchant city-state here. And up here, let's see. 1, 2, yeah, I'm a little too far away, but settling here doesn't provide me access to any additional resources in this direction, whereas settling here might provide me access to resources in this direction. So I'm going to settle on that location. And we'll go ahead and just pick up the tea right away, because that way I can grab the fish on the next time around. And we've also stolen technological advancements. So I think, okay, we got astronomy, which is really nice. So we're going to go for heraldry. Yeah, heraldry. It's kind of a weird word to say. We'll go for heraldry next, so I can get that Chevaler upgrade. And, oh wow, a plus 11 dungeon and a plus 12 observatory. Wow, that is quite good. Yeah, let's maybe go for the observatory first. And yeah, we're just going to plug that into the really high yield spot. And we'll put it alongside the dungeon there. And we have a migrant. Okay. Yeah, I think we'll just grow the capital. The really unfortunate thing about the migrant is that for some reason it removes the tooltip on the tiles here. And I think maybe we grab this. 4 production and 2 happiness is a pretty solid tile, I think. Though the happiness seems to have disappeared. And we can also get observatory and dungeon in here. Not as strong as in Chang'an, but still definitely worth getting. So 8 right there. Whoops, not that one. And then the dungeon here. Maybe we just purchase our first missionary. Though we do have the industry cost reduction in Ruin, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So doesn't seem worth it. We'll just produce our first missionary and just keep saving up on our gold. And also start upgrading some of our archers, which I'm going to do, just to try to head off any aggression from Chung Trok, since I'm still kind of worried about her. And it would be nice to have more influence. I'm also thinking about, trying to get some wonders this era, which I didn't really get any of last era. Tomb of Askia could be decent. The extra resource capacity feels pretty good. Don't know if Hala is amazing for me. What else would be good? I mean, El Escorial with the happiness is decent. Borobudur could be nice. I'm just, so slow on my culture at the moment that it feels difficult to know what to go for, if that makes sense. Still potential I could scoop up a resource down here. That's not a great settle, is my main concern. I basically only get the cocoa and the dye, right? And nothing else. This one makes it harder to get the cocoa. They probably beat me to it, but it at least gets me the fish and the dye and the wine. Wine's a pretty good resource as well. I do like having wine. Need to explore a little bit more down this way, I think, just so I know what's going on. Okay. I should also try to just cross over the ocean here so I can find the other continents. I'm being denounced by Tecumseh, which I don't really care about too much. And we can finally start working on a few different things. a lot of options to work on right now. We do have like kind of low production in the city, so I'm thinking I start with the dungeon. I can get a 6 production dungeon right there, which will feel pretty nice in this city. And then we can just slap the observatory in there as well. And then maybe start working on the wharf so that we can continue to grow. And then our units, let's see. Actually, we're going to need a fishing key in this city, aren't we? So I'm thinking what I might want to do is grab a granary. And we'll want to build it like right here, and then we can get a fishing key up here. Because we're going to need the fishing key to spawn our treasure fleets. I'm just going to move the crossbows out, and they can kind of help me explore around this island a little bit. And our units are just kind of chilling up here. I think once I get heraldry, maybe I can play a little bit more aggressively towards Trung Trok. Okay. And then we also have access to our mots, which gives us happiness. So it's +4 happiness placed on rough terrain, and +1 happiness for each adjacent wonder, and a base yield of +4 happiness. Where do I have rough terrain? Don't know if I have a lot of rough terrain, really. Not that isn't occupied by something else. Yeah, it's all flat out here, basically. Which is unfortunate, but hopefully there will be other cities where I can get that bonus. I think I'm just going to go straight to the mastery for this. +1 combat strength to the Chevalier. Feels pretty good to me. I am, like, kind of giving up on getting access to some of these early tier wonders. Like, it's possible I won't really get access to any wonders this era, but I think I'm okay with that. And it's not really my priority this game. Let's maybe start with the dungeon here. And we can get a 7-2 dungeon on that location. So I think I will take that. And then we'll also, just like the other places, we'll add the observatory in there as well. Then the mott. So we could get it like right in this tile. So that's the rough terrain. So I'd get some extra happiness there. And then when I build the Bailey there, it would provide some adjacency to my city hall as well. Actually, no, the city halls don't benefit from that, do they? It's only the palace, which is only in your capital. So scratch that. Yeah, we're probably going to pull this in to heal. I have another Sokeman here, right? Is getting one more treasure resource worth it here? Let me see what else is kind of down this way. There's a part of me that actually wants to, like, send this settler up here to try to secure a bunch of resources. Like, I don't know. The jade is nice. Gypsum's pretty good. Or, like, do I want to continue to send farther east? Because right now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, basically. How much progress do I need to make? Is it 40 that you need? Like 40 total points? It doesn't say. 30. So 30, right, divided by 6 that I have right now. So that would only be 5 treasure fleets. But that's 50 turns to generate all those treasure fleets, right? Because they only generate once every 10 turns. So settling here, I would have 7. And that would take me... it would still take 50 turns to reach that goal. So I'd have to secure another one in order to speed it up. So yeah, I think I still try settling here. We'll go for the science. And then we'll also... Does this one make more sense? I suppose it does, because the fish is in reach there. So that gets me... Okay, we unlocked Mexico. Can also grow over here. Maybe grab the incense, but I think we need more production first. Let's grab this high production tile right here. And we have another city growing. We can get the fish. We also need a fishing key in here. We'll just go ahead and purchase that and grow this town. We'll grab the spices first. It's kind of the most productive tile. And where's our defenseless settlement? I wouldn't say this is defenseless. Okay. Resources are already assigned. Do we want to move the fish somewhere? Like, maybe up here, so that we can grow a little bit faster? Okay. And I'm thinking about maybe just reinforcing my army up here with these units. Just like that. Upgrade one of these guys to a crossbow, just so I feel a little bit more secure if I end up going to war with Trung Trok here, which seems pretty likely in the near future. Oh, Serpent Mound is available to us, actually. That would actually be quite good in this city if I could get that. Because I have these unique improvements that would benefit from that, and maybe I could get a suzerainty of like Kath or something that would unlock access to some more improvements. See if that's actually where I want to settle. Yeah. It's a little bit risky because I have to get out to the chocolates. But maybe... Actually, I have to... making me grow this one first. I'm going to get the sugar because that'll increase my growth. Oh, there's another sugar there. 1, 2, 3. Ah, man, if only I had settled one tile down this way, I could have had that in my empire as well, but it's a little too far away. Over here, we're going to grow there, and then we're going to buy the fishing key, and that'll let us resettle that population. We'll do a neutral greeting. I don't want to spend my influence on those guys. And then we'll have to grow again to that clay pit, and that'll let us secure that cocoa. Just accepts that. Are there any more independents? I haven't found any more, which feels a little weird. All right, so we want to convert foreign cities so that we can start getting relics. So we're going to send our missionary off. We're not worried about converting players on our own continent here. +1 happiness for all settlements following your religion, or +125 culture. I'll go for the happiness, I guess. 125 culture isn't that big of a boost for one-time benefits. And here, there's a question of whether I want production or whether I want a specialist. Ivory would be pretty beneficial as well. So get me some happiness. I don't really need that, though. These are all, like, minimum output specialists at the moment. Let's grab the ivory, and that'll help at least one of my cities. Just accepts that military aid. Don't want to spend my influence. I would really like to find some more city-states. And I'm still one city below my cap, actually, which feels pretty nice. And hopefully I'll unlock a few other ways to increase that cap. Okay, so what's his face? Tecumseh has declared war, just as we got heraldry. Okay, Machiavelli, we're still on okay terms with. Let's maybe grab military aid with Machiavelli. I'm going to send this guy down to Kaloe there. And merchants for an economic attribute point sounds like a good deal. Let's go feudalism, and then we'll get up into shipbuilding, and that'll let us start getting our treasure fleets. And then up here, culture buildings get +1 culture. Get the stone head improvement, +4 culture, +1 culture for every adjacent stone head. I mean, that would be good if I could get Serpent Mound up in here. Kind of limited locations to build it. This one might be the best one, because that would... I have a 2-tile adjacency right here, or 2 resource, and a 2 resource adjacency right there. Would there be a better spot down in Ruin, maybe? I actually can't even build it down in Ruin. There's an appropriate location. How about here? No, so I'd have to build it in my former capital. Yeah, let's go for it. And there's a question of whether or not I want the stone head. I do have some locations that would be pretty good for. I think Chang'an in particular, I could really pump up some yields that way if I put some more people on rural tiles. But on the other hand, I really want to start getting specialists in some of my cities. So maybe I just go for this one here for the +1 culture for every city-state you're suzerain of on culture buildings. I do have a unique culture building that I'm going to unlock, or that I have unlocked. Yeah, let's do that. I would just like to increase my core culture output, I think. And this one right here will benefit from that. Okay. Cog, still exploring. Not much of interest, really. Go ahead and attack those archers. Tecumseh, I'm not really sure what his plan is. I guess his capital is up that way. Oh, he has some units down here. I see. Well, what we'll do is we're going to pull the army commander up here. And can probably start tackling these units up in this direction. I think I would prefer this to be my crossbow. I'm going to just bring that one back and upgrade them so they're ready to go on the next turn. We'll make that attack because I do a ton of damage there. Would really like to find more city-states, more independence, so that I can start getting more benefits from that. Right now, this is the only one that I'm still working on. Okay, there she is. I was wondering if she was going to declare war on me. I was pretty sure she was. Okay. Yeah, they do have knights there. I should upgrade those swordsmen so that they can take damage a little bit better. Gonna hit those knights while they're out in the water. Otherwise, there's not much that my current sort of cast of characters can do. If I put these crossbows up, yeah, we can hit those knights pretty hard. And up here, let's hit their frontline units. Can hit those heavy archers pretty hard as well. Let's go ahead and go after them. And pull our crossbows up just like this. We might need to think about a navy here, potentially. Could be really helpful. Pull this guy here. And we'll go ahead and make that attack. And I think these crossbows will be fine right there. As far as town growth out here... guess we maybe grab this. This will get us access to the dates and the fish. Whatever we choose to grow onto next. And here we can go ahead and get the pearls. Pretty low on gold right now. I'm going to get that 25 production towards training my special units. Actually, I'm very vulnerable in my most important city right now. Let's grab this unit here. I do have walls here, so I'm not, like, immediately going to die, but I might need to pull some units back to defend that area. Also kind of unfortunate because I am trying to work on my serpent mound there, so I have to kind of reorient a little bit. Let's see what else we can find. Okay, someone... That looks like Machiavelli set up a location there, which is fine. Okay. That's not too bad up there. Mostly concerned about this area at the moment. Looks like Chung Chok is at war with Machiavelli, which is to my benefit. Wow, those knights did a huge amount of damage there. Let's pull them back so that they can heal. These swordsmen can take a few hits. Is there anything I can purchase in here that's worthwhile? It doesn't seem like it. Okay, town growth. Probably the fish. Guess we're pretty close to being able to get treasure fleets, aren't we? So we're going to want the cocoa there. And up here. Okay, pretty low health on those guys. I think we can... Let's focus fire here. We can knock them out. Can hit those guys. And then maybe just... Yeah, let's slide those crossbows back in that direction. Oh, they didn't actually get killed. It's a little annoying. I thought I was doing enough damage there. So we'll just go ahead and knock them out with our crossbows. Up here, I'm going to take this opportunity to upgrade, because that's going to give them a significant boost to their combat strength and just make them more able to tank, I think, than healing them. Okay. And our missionary. Go ahead and convert our own city here, which will give us a little bit of happiness. And we'll start converting some of our other cities as well. We're going to need to get some more missionaries out and kind of start doing that in various locations. Let's see, let's rotate here, and then we can go ahead and start shooting those heavy archers. And up here, they're a little low on health at the moment. We're going to want to pull them out. That cog is definitely doing some damage to us. Looks like we can take them out. Very nice. And these units just need to heal up. We're going to play this fairly defensively. for the moment. I'm just going to heal units. I don't want to push forward quite yet until I feel a little bit more secure in terms of upgrading units. Our army commander could start ticking in for us. That unit's just going to idle. I want to conserve my gold a little bit because I would actually like to purchase a temple in, say, one of these cities over here, probably this one, just because that would let us get more frontline missionaries, and I want to start making progress down that culture path. All right, we do need to start getting some of these treasure fleet resources. Let's go ahead and grab the spices. I guess it doesn't really matter which one of these I take. Get the cocoa up there. We'll just grab the spices, I guess. And over here, let's start working on the mots. I do get... This is rough terrain, so I would get some bonus happiness there, which it doesn't seem like it's displaying, but we're going to go ahead and put it there. Up here, Chevalier's healing. I think we focus fire here. Yep. And that actually leaves their army commander exposed. Go ahead and take that attack. Don't have quite enough movement to get there. Probably with that really low health unit, but I don't want to risk losing them because that's a lot of production to lose. We'll trade another round of volleys with that archer there. Maybe we can get an attack here. Yep, go ahead and make that one. There's some spice down there, but I don't think one more resource is really worth it at this point. We'll need a... Yeah, here come their knights. Definitely want to start hitting those. We'll have to figure out a strategy to push in there. I think the first thing we'll need to do really is start upgrading our units. Swap this crossbow in, because he's going to do quite a bit more damage now that he's healed up and not at risk of dying. Have some town growth. Let's grab the fish, because that +5 food is really good. We'll accept the open markets, and let's actually go for a steel technological advancement on Chung Chok again. And actually, I'm good with supporting that resource collaboration. That's a decent bit of science. And maybe the +20% gold. I'll also take the +1 influence on happiness buildings. I would really like to run these operations as much as I can to try to buffer my culture and my science output. See, we have enough gold to upgrade here and here. One thing we are going to want is catapults when we can get them. Okay. Heavy archer, they're still making their way up. And this cog. Seems like, yeah, there's a little landmass there. Again, don't think it's worth settling any more cities on these islands at this point. I think we want to conserve our city cap for other locations. We'll just work on some of these fishing boats, I guess, so that that can continue to grow. And over here, we're going to want the mott. Let's see if we have... Yeah, we have some rough terrain up there that we could put it on. The extra happiness bonus. Seems like the best option to me, so we'll do that. And we do need happiness in there anyway, so that feels alright. Okay, so this knight here starts hitting them. I think we should be able to knock them out. Yeah, 53 combat strength versus 45. Not too bad. And let's reposition our crossbow a little bit. We're going to move our army commander down one and just kind of put some of these Chevaliers in a position to go on the offensive a little bit more. It's not a huge difference in combat strength there, but I don't know. Let's just idle. We'll wait for them to come to me a little bit. Okay. Heal here. Idle. And convert my own town there. Move that guy in here. And I should... Yeah, I want to save up enough gold to purchase the temple there. So we're just going to continue to acquire some more gold. Okay. Got a civic. We've got feudalism. So next up is shipbuilding. Actually, I thought I was researching shipbuilding already. Do I want common law right away? Or do I want to, like, maybe try to secure one of these wonders? Also, 50% food and happiness towards maintaining specialists isn't a bad policy either. An extra settlement limit. I mean, Ellis Gorial with the settlement limit seems pretty good too. It's 19 turns there. Maybe I just start on getting merchants, because I do want to get access to more resources. And up here, I should probably go for the horses. I think I'm going to do that, because that'll give me some extra combat strength on my Chevaliers here. I also... I'm going to let this grow at least one more time. Ooh, kind of tempting to build this grist mill and convert this into a farming town, but I think I want to prioritize the temple first. Let's grab the fish. And that fish, where's Chang'an? Right here. Have I built the temple here already? Yeah, I have. So I think what I want to do is maybe move that to ruin and move some fish up to Chang'an so it can continue to grow a little bit faster. Okay, some more knights. Let's focus fire there. And 62 versus 47. Very easy attack to make on that one. And I think let's just pull that Chevalier back so I can guarantee he won't get ganked by someone. And we'll heal that missionary just to get ready to cross the ocean. Okay, we're one turn away from them no longer being hostile to us. Let's heal that cog up a little bit. We'll probably have to start doing the same thing on that, and then making our way towards the other continent here. Did I get an upgrade on my army commander? It seems like I did. Yep. Oh, nice. So we have resolute land units with a command radius heal 5 HP after attacking, which is really nice. And I did say I want the +1 movement. The +1 command range is also such a good upgrade, though. I'm going to take the +1 command range and just play this a little bit more traditionally, I guess. Although I would benefit a lot from the +1 movements, but I feel like I'm able to do a fair bit of damage as is. So think I maybe focus fire right here. Wasn't quite enough to knock that unit out. But I think these units should still be safe. I actually have a Chevalier here in my commander now. I'll bring them out next turn. I'm going to take that gold, because that will let me buy my temple out here. I guess we could maybe put it there, and then I could get out to the chocolate. I unlock Siam now. And how much would it cost to purchase a missionary? Where is it? Missionary. Am I just missing it? Yeah, 600. Okay. So it takes a bit to save up for, but I have that option available to me now. And then I can also upgrade this Chevalier, and that'll make it a lot more combat effective as I push in. And over here, probably go for specialists at this point. I am a little low on happiness already. I don't think I have any other happiness buildings. I guess I'm working on the Mott's, which will take care of that. The inn will also help. I could drop it right there, and it'll improve my specialist output. And I can also... yeah, let's go that one so that I can get a little bit of extra food. Just want to pump up my yields and try to get that scientific legacy path. So just wherever's going to give me the most yields kind of feels the best. Okay, so I built the Mott right here, so I will probably just go ahead and build the Bailey. Nothing else is really screaming out in this city. Okay, did I get beat to Serpent Mounts? That's... it's not showing my queue there, and it's telling me I need to build something. Oh, it's because they're standing on top of it, so I can't build it at the moment. So I guess we will queue up the Mott and Bailey here. Bailey might be higher priority. Suggesting right there, which I'm definitely not going to do, because that's a very good area for adjacency. Right here, we'll get some adjacency from the Wonders. So I think I'm going to put it right there. And we'll... which one... I guess it doesn't really matter which one I build first. I'm not in a bind either way. Okay. Cog, you need to heal. Still 7 turns from shipbuilding, so it's going to be a bit before we really start making any significant progress, or any progress, really, on the economic legacy path. We'll pick up the dates, and we can slot that in. Do I have any cities that need stuff? Right here could use some more growth. And here we can start pushing forward with our units on their new capital. Can unload a unit here. And I think this is going to start going pretty quickly, actually. Now that I've kind of dealt with their units. This isn't like a super high production city like their former capital was, so it's going to take them a while to actually produce units here. They do a lot of damage to that city district, too. Okay, we have a specialization available, and we've kind of grabbed everything we need to grab here, so I'm actually thinking maybe fishing town. Could also go for like a hub town. Is it? I don't know if it's actually directly connected somewhere, though, is kind of the main problem. I'll leave it for now, I guess. Army Commander, you're just going to wait a turn. We'll pull that unit up just to provide some additional fire support. And our Heavy Archer need to work on that Man-at-Arms there. And then hopefully we can resume building Serpent Mound. There we go. Gonna bring that back up to the front of the queue, because we do want to try to get that. Okay. Cog, let's start heading east, I guess this would be. See if we can discover the other continent here. Meanwhile, I think we want to start getting specialists, right? So which tile makes the most sense? I guess right here has the most outputs right now. We'll replace the amphitheater at a later date as well once we unlock the ability to do that. So we'll go ahead and slot that in right there. And meanwhile, gristmill would definitely help a lot. Do I need to preserve that tile? I have some good options for double resource adjacency already. So gristmill right there feels alright. And it'll let us move the farmer that was there. I could pick up an incense. What's my production look like? 36, and I have 35 food. I think I'd just maybe get some more production. Oh, actually, it's a really good specialist right there, too. Let's go for the specialist, because I'm trying to pump up those outputs. And that's not connected, so I can't actually slot it at the moment. Did I ever get my fishing key here? I did not. Let's go ahead and get that in there, so that it'll produce treasure fleets when the time comes. We're going to need to do the same thing up here. We'll just slot it in. And that crossbow is going to sleep. And this missionary is going to see if he can make it across the ocean here. Just going to have the Chevalier kind of camp on that tile so that they can't disable my production again like they did last time. Okay, they're good to idle. I can probably just break this with the Chevalier attack here. Oh, not quite. Because I was hoping I can kill that army commander with my ranged attacks. Maybe I can get this guy to move fast enough to get there. No, just too much rough terrain. That's all right. We'll get it on the next turn. Maybe I should have prioritized taking the city over knocking out that army commander, but killing the army commander will make my life a decent bit easier on the following turns, so I don't feel too bad about that decision. Okay, here comes some knights. Tecumseh is proposing peace. I'm actually fine with that. I'm not really interested in any of Tecumseh's stuff. And also, I'm under attack here from a knight. They could actually probably knock this out pretty easily. How fast can I guess I get a free Chevalier when I build this, right? So I'll have a unit to reinforce, so I guess I will stay put and hope I can do some decent damage there and send that Chevalier up that way. Up here, I guess we'll just grab whatever fishing we can. And over here, let's get up to the wine, because that is a pretty nice resource to have. Improves the capital a decent bit. And up here, okay, they got a knight in their city, so I guess that'll make it a decent bit harder to get it here. Suppose I should have done focus fire. Come on, make your attack. There we go. Maybe let's go for the high health one in there. And this guy can come up and defend the army commander. Great, so that'll be another location for us. What I would really like to do is take Pataliputra at some point, but they're not really positioned to do that. I think the question now is, do I want to try to continue pushing her at this point? Or do I want to just go for a peace deal? I'm going to keep this one. It seems developed enough to be worth it. Also gets me access to silver. And culture, happiness for celebration. I'm going to take the culture just because I'm like behind on those outputs. And looks like we can actually slot some pearls in. Okay. So let's start pulling some units down south. That Chevalier, I'm just going to have it heal. And all those units can idle. There goes my cog. Seems like there might be only 2 players on the other continent. I'm not sure how they decide how that happens. I'm going to reject that deal. I'm not interested in their little teeny tiny city. I'm going to take the extra culture again. And maybe start down towards mercantilism. For Tumavaskia, potentially. The extra gold and production on adjacencies would also be good at colonialism. Bureaucracy is also pretty good. Robadur, plus 2 food and happiness on quarters feels like it could be strong. House of Wisdom for relic slots could be decent. I mean, there are a lot of decent options in the exploration civics, it feels like. Also grab theology for the additional belief and get a relic. Actually, that feels like it might be worthwhile. Here, we're going to grab the ivory, because that gives us another resource access that we can use. And we'll put it in our city. And we need to grow to the treasure fleet resources. So I guess we'll take the cocoa there. It's all kind of the same. Okay. Do I need to build any of these? I get some culture from the walls, which is interesting. I do not have a very good location for the inn, but maybe it's worth building anyway in like kind of a bad tile. I mean, plus 2 happiness is okay. I could also just build another... missionary actually seems like it would be good here. Let's get a missionary, because I don't really have anyone that can focus on that at the moment, because I have so many buildings that I need to get. Town specialization, right. I was going to get a grist mill here, wasn't I? And then convert this to a farming town. So I'm going to stand by that. Let's grab a grist mill, and then we're going to pick up the farming town here, and that'll start sending some food to Chang'an, hopefully. And we have a slightly better inn here, it looks like. We can go 6-2 there. That's not great, really. Still want to preserve that tile for adjacency. And it looks like I lost Serpent Mound, which is really unfortunate. That's okay. We'll work on Mott's, I guess. Do I care about this town at all? They do have a decent number of resources up here. But on the other hand, I don't want to extend too far over my city cap, especially because I'd prefer to be conquering cities on the other continents at this point in the game. Because I don't actually make any progress towards the military legacy path doing this. Don't know if I care about specialization down there at this point. Okay. Army Commander, let's start getting you moving. And we're just going to use our missionary as a scout here, basically. Okay. Found a city. Let's just plop. And that'll get us our... I think that's our first relic. Yep. So next up, we'll probably want to start purchasing missionaries there when we can. Okay, that's a very vulnerable archer there. We'll take that shot for free. Ooh. Don't love this, because they could definitely kill those crossbows next turn. Let's see if we can peace. Is there anything that I would want? Takasalia, where's that? It's that one right here. So that one doesn't seem too bad to me, and it kind of gives me a front against their main city. would reduce their ability to wage war against me in the future. I think let's go for that and take that off them, because I'm still under my city cap at the moment, or my settlement cap. And this seems like it has the potential to be a decently productive settlement. Plenty of happiness in here as well. Okay. All right, that'll work. I'll take that. Let's go ahead and heal some of these units up. Get them ready for future adventures. This guy is already full health, so we can come down that way. We don't really need to maintain much of a military presence up here anymore. I'm really not worried about Tecumseh at this point. And our cog is just barely going to make it over here, but it did survive. This one had a bit of an easier time. There are some open space on this continent, it seems like. I should maybe try to get a settler in that direction. Easiest way would be to purchase one here, because I really don't have a city that's like well positioned to produce settlers to send down in that direction. And as far as tech, we would really like to get to education so that we can actually increase our science. We could also maybe go for masteries. I don't think I need any of these masteries at the moment. Metallurgy, I mean, the production's nice, but what I really want is culture and science right now. Gonna get a good shipyard, actually, which I think I'm going to prioritize, because then I can build everything else a little bit more efficiently. Our inn, yeah, we could replace that farm there. It does take out one of my double adjacency tiles, double resource adjacency. But I still have one here, and I really only need 2 spots, right? So this is a 3 adjacency, and this is a 2 adjacency. So I think I'm okay putting the inn right there. And the Mott and Bailey, maybe I just drop it right here, because that's that's some rough terrain, so I'll get some extra happiness from that. Could also maybe grab a temple, because I will need spots to display relics. We'll come back to that. Feeding religion, that's fine. We do need to build our Bailey in here. Also need a shipyard. Yeah, we could drop it with the fishing key. We could drop it on its own tile. Just put it with the fishing key. Our town specialization, I don't think we want anything here necessarily. I guess, like, how many turns till it grows? 11. I do guess the farming town could be helpful so that some of our cities can keep growing. What else would be good? I mean, hub town, extra influence is always nice. I have a bunch of influence already, though. Just go for farming town. I really just want to feed food to my main cities, I think. And I don't think I've discovered any more independence, which doesn't feel great. I would really like to have found more. Ooh, 200 gold and 80 food, or 150 science. I'll take the gold and food, because I am trying to save up some funds to purchase a settler, so that I can get something established on the other continents. Okay, let's pull our crossbows down here. Pull that guy over. Chevaler, you're healed enough. I've got a few turns before they can declare war on me again, so the fact that my units are kind of moving in a bit of a vulnerable way doesn't make too much of a difference. See if I can find any other kind of settle locations. Some tea right there, actually. Okay. Grow again here. Can I? 1, 2, 3. I actually can't get to the die. 1, 2. Can't get to the fish either. So I guess we just take that one, because that one has a little bit of production, so slightly more efficient than another location. And we can choose another belief. Let's see what we want. Movement to all missionaries when embarked. Conquered settlements are converted to your religion. Missionaries receive +1 charge would actually be pretty good for me, since I'm trying to send them across the ocean. I think I'm going to go for that one. That'll make my life quite a bit easier. And I am going to go ahead and purchase a missionary here, so that we can kind of get on top of converting some of these cities before they start founding all their own religions, because it makes it a lot harder to convert when they actually have their own religion in place. Plus 4 culture for palace, plus you have... I'm going to try to go for mercantilism into colonialism to get some of these adjacencies, and maybe El Escorial. Be a nice one to have. And over here, I might actually just do like a cultural festival. Because like none of these are really that important in this city. So I think I go for a cultural festival. And just try to increase my progress down the culture tree. Alright. Make sure that these guys are all just kind of in a decent defensive position against Trung here. I guess I can leave like one crossbow up here just in case Tecumseh gets up to any funny business. And the Chevaler can make some moves as well. Really unfortunate that I missed out on Serpent Mounds. That would have been a nice wonder to have. Narrative choice, extra gold. Sounds good to me. Not really a choice. Kind of funny that it's framed that way sometimes when you're just getting stuff, really. Marble sounds good. Extra production towards wonders. And that wine is my target here. Extra happiness and capital and culture and celebration. All great things to have. And maybe I just start working on some missionaries, really. I could also get a merchant, actually, would be worthwhile. And then we'll queue up a missionary after that. Specialization here. I mean, I could go for a mining town to increase my gold output. Yeah, it's growing very slowly. Maybe we invest in a stonecutter. We'll just put it next to the granary. And then we swap over to mining town, and that'll increase our gold a little bit. Feels okay to me. And this, I kind of want to let that continue to grow, I think. Actually, I have that town now, don't I? So I can actually position units a little farther up. Almost forgot that I had taken it. Right. And Chevaler will just keep the moving towards the front line as well. Not really a front line at the moment. Cold front line. And we found another independence. We'll immediately start befriending them. And speaking of which, we should... Let's steal government secrets, I guess. That'll get us some more cultural progress. Might be an okay settle in here somewhere. Can get some decent resources there. I'm going to try to save up the rest of my gold to buy a settler now. I know I've been talking about that for a little bit, but I think I could buy one in there and get them over here pretty fast. Also get me maybe another sugar. Yeah, so potentially a settle in there somewhere. Just grab another one of those. Under diplomatic action, we will just accept the local festival. And next up in tech, we're going to grab education, because we really want to get the university and the extra specialist limit. We stole 522 science. Can we just restart that? No, we need 160, so you have to wait another turn. Focus. We'll just let that continue to grow. We will put that onto farming town, because that's basically the only value it's going to provide, as far as I can tell. I guess maybe... it could be like a trade town or something a little bit later as it gets connected up to more places, as more like towns get settled. I'll just put them in the city there. Just shuffling my units around. Probably... I'm thinking I trade to Machiavelli first, because that seems like the most stable trade route. On the other hand, up here gets me the most resources. I don't know if they'll actually declare war on me again. I'll go for the most resources for now. Just going to use this migrant in the city that it spawned in. We'll grab the... probably some fish, I think, so that we can grow some more. We'll grab probably that one, because it provides some production as well. And we don't have the Bailey yet. I think that'll go... Where is the Mott's? It's right up there, so we'll get that in there. And then we can start working on some of these other items. Can build over the villa there for the kiln, which should be nice. And then the guild hall, we'll come back to that one when it's more appropriate. And also our missionaries can move across the ocean a lot faster now. What I would really like to do is get a settlement on their continent. And that way I can use that to spawn my missionaries. Okay, I know there's actually stuff down here, so we're going to want to head down that way. Oh man, I'm like... this episode's gone on quite a bit longer than I thought it has. I need to think about putting a cut in here soon. And this one is potentially the best specialist. Can fit another My hesitation with this one is that I don't know if I'll have another thing I can build there, so I potentially waste the specialist. I don't know if there's like another building that I can put on that terrain. So the question is, do I want to put it somewhere else? Okay, I already have one right there, which is kind of the best spot for anything. A lot of ageless buildings, which aren't great. Could maybe just grab some more production. Some happiness here too. Could get the incense. Let's pick up the incense. We will want that eventually. Can slot that into somewhere. That doesn't have it, which doesn't feel like it's very many places. I guess let's maybe do something like that. And then this city can build missionaries and things faster. So it also doesn't have a temple in here yet. So you can get that up and running. Is that flat? Yeah. Probably want to build this on flat terrain. We'll go ahead and plop it there. And we'll come back to the rest of the items in that queue. Okay. All those Chevaliers are just moving up towards the front there. Kind of awkward moving units through this area because of how mountainous it is. There's really only a single tile that they can move through. Okay. Cog. Continue exploring around the coast here. Okay, there's a city there. And I think this turn we'll have enough to purchase a Sokeman. Right? No. How much do I need? 1460. Okay, so I need one more turn. And we can grow again in here. I guess let's... Oh, I didn't select. Let's go right there. That gets us a little bit of happiness and production. And we're still working on those things. And I guess let's keep trying to pull units over to the front there. We probably will declare war again on this player. Why are they going that way now? These units are just kind of shuffling around. It's a little bit annoying as far as like how they've determined how they're going to get anywhere. Guess we're keeping that Chevalier up there just in case. Okay. Yeah, so thinking we slide a settlement in there if we can. Okay, this city's been converted already, but let's get to work on it. Start getting some relics. And maybe we go for the guild hall. And get an okay one right there. Also get one right here. And that would unlock another double resource adjacency tile. But this feels like a good wonder location to me if I can get one there later. So let's get the guild hall like right here. And our missionary, I think maybe we send it out this way because we don't have any missionaries going in that direction. Oh, I see. There's like, there's terrain there that is causing some issues. I thought I could cross over that, but it's actually a cliff. Very awkward terrain to try to move through, actually. Oh, I should not have upgraded that guy. I was not thinking through that very well. Maybe I still have enough to grab the Sokeman. I don't remember exactly how much I need. No, 1460. So I have delayed myself by yet another turn. That's okay. Not that big of a deal, I don't think. There's some tornadoes there. Hopefully they kind of go in the other direction rather than hitting my town. Unit disbanded. That wasn't one of mine, was it? Surely it couldn't have been. I think it would. Because I don't have like a gold deficit or anything. Okay. So come on, let's buy that before we forget. We have also spawned our first treasure fleet. So we're going to move these back to our own territory here. Just like that. I don't have too far to go, really. I'm hoping I can make pretty quick economic progress this game. I'll rotate around like that, because I want these Chevaliers to kind of be on the front line. All these other units are basically in reserve. and we'll just fortify and wait for the inevitable war that will happen there. And we're exploring with this missionary. We have no idea, basically, where most of their stuff is. Move here. Gonna try to get Parsa, but they do have a missionary that's just, like, hanging out right there. So it might be a little challenging. There we go. And that got us a relic, right? Yeah, we're at 3 relics. So we have a ways to go, but I'm pretty hopeful we can do pretty well on the cultural legacy path. And is it time to convert this to a fishing town? Maybe not. I mean, I can grow in another 9 turns, so it's still growing pretty nicely. Here we can get a really good kiln, actually. And we can slot it in above the old amphitheater for 8 culture. That's really my primary town in which I'm generating culture, so I think I want to continue that tradition. And let's start just fortifying some units over here. This heavy archer will pull up here. And this one will just sit there and heal, along with that guy there. This unit will play defense for us. Well, this Sokeman probably comes down this way. It would be really nice to secure that niter. It's a pretty important resource later. If I can secure like a sugar on that tile, then secure a tea, get out to the fish. That feels okay to me. It gives me a base of operations that I can use. And let's see what else we can find in terms of cities. Okay, so I'm going to finish up this turn, probably do one more turn after this, and then call it. I should probably pull some of this incense out of here. I don't think I need that much incense. And this is my best city, actually, for gold, despite the big gold deficit that it is showing. And then maybe I just slot some of these into... Yeah, it doesn't really matter which town at this point, I don't think. Treasure fleet, we can start unloading. That does give us a little bit of gold. So we'll want to... Yeah, it's kind of weird. You want to, like, maintain, like, low age progress so that you can do as much stuff as possible. So, like, there's an incentive to hoard treasure fleets, basically. +4 gold on Guildhall. I feel like I could get to this pretty quickly. I don't know. It might take a while, though. Let's just go for the +2 gold on Guildhall. I think that probably gets me more overall. Down here, let's grab that cocoa. Just so we are producing the maximum amount of treasure from that area as we can. Up here, we'll just grab some more fish. And might be time to just convert this to a fishing town, since that's really the only value it's going to provide to anything. We'll grow our town over here. And city center's right here. 1, 2. So we get out to the dye. I think let's do that. And we can go for Spice Islands. Territorial claims isn't too bad. Company post. +4 gold, +1 food and production in distant lands. So you go with at least 1 resource in settlement. Would be nice to have an improvement that would give me some options for my rural tiles in some of my cities. +5% gold for every city state you're suzerain of. I mean, I have 2 already. So this would be +15%. I could potentially get up to +20%, which is not bad. That's like an extra 40 gold per turn right now. Maybe let's go for the company post. And then that way, right, like out here, I could get several of these posts and really increase my gold output a decent bit. Yeah, I think that makes the most sense. Got a diplomatic attribute point. Thinking, let's do culture and science per age for each city state you're suzerain of. That's not bad. There's also the +25% influence towards supporting or rejecting diplo actions and the extra social policy slot. You could also try to get the extra happiness. Let's just go for the +2 culture and science per age for each city state you're suzerain of. Has some pretty immediate benefits for me. And do we want to pick up any masteries? Extra science on science buildings, I think, is going to be immediately beneficial. And we probably just try to get into like urban planning or some additional buildings. And up here, we can get a nice university, 11 science. And we have some locations for company posts that we might fill in a little bit. I'm going to take the +20% gold because I am purchasing stuff a lot. And maybe grab evangelism for the extra missionary stuff. Heal here, and everyone else, you are going to either fortify or idle while we wait for things to kick off with Chung Chok again. Okay. So this missionary is just going to keep moving because we got the relic there, and that's basically what I care about is getting the relics from converting these cities. And I don't really need them to be permanently converted. I'm not as concerned about that. There are some benefits to doing so, but nothing huge. I'm also going to steal the technological advancement here again, just to buff up my science, since I'm sitting on a ton of influence at the moment. And I don't really need to add support there. I'm fine with waiting for a little bit. Great. So I think that will do it. And before I forget, because I have this quest here, what I might do is add in a merchant here. Actually, maybe I added in here. There's higher production. 49 here. There's 46. This feels like I maybe have more things I want to be building in here potentially, because like a lot of this stuff isn't as valuable in the city. So maybe, well, not the missionary. Maybe I grab the merchant in here, and we'll just we'll put it below the kiln, since the kiln's only 2 turns away. We can finish up that quest and get a merchant attribute point. So that'll do it for this one, I think. So thank you for tuning in. We'll pick it up again right here next time around. And I think the rest of this era is going to start going pretty fast, even though we're only at 32% progress for now. So thank you all, and I'll see you next time.